Hello folks, yeah, very warm welcome to another video. I hope this one does find you well. I've got I guess it's a Freeware Friday episode for you today, with a difference. Normally Freeware Friday episodes we feature a Freeware aircraft, maybe some Freeware scenery. Today we're sort of looking at a Freeware tool, I suppose, or an app if you prefer that lingo. I call it a website, actually. Old fella like me, that's what this is. So anyway, we're looking at a freeware tool slash app slash website called Where2Fly.today. Where2Fly.today. There'll be a link to it in the description, but it's not a difficult URL to remember. It's just a bit different. .today, not .com or .org or .net or any of those other dots. It's .today. All right. I've just discovered this. I don't know how long it's been around for. And look, this is not an expert sort of tutorial, detailed look at this app slash website. I'm just one simmer who's discovered it today, and I'm sharing it with other simmers. All right. I have no association with the developer. It's not a sponsored video. I don't do sponsored videos, so just bear that in mind. If you have discovered this channel recently or for the first time in this video, and you're wondering what that screeching noise is in the background, it's a feature, not a bug here at the channel, folks. I am accompanied on every video by a collection of feathered friends, and they do chime in from time to time. They have an uncanny ability to get louder as the uncertainty in my videos grows. So essentially every approach I make, they have something to say about it. But you will hear them at various times. You may also hear some canine companions as well. I am surrounded by creatures. I too am a creature of sorts. So bear that in mind. Feature, not a bug here at the channel, folks. So I start this video not knowing where I'm going to fly today. I'm going to use this tool to guide me, to select, actually, a departure and an arrival point. I know what aeroplane I'm going to fly today, but I have no idea where in the world I'm going to fly from and to. I'm going to use this tool. That's what this does. If you're getting a bit stale for ideas on where to fly in the world, a tool like this, and there are similar tools available that have been around for a while, a tool like this may help you kind of decide and may introduce you to a new part of the simming world. That's always a good thing, because in the sim we have the whole world available to us. We can jump anywhere. It's kind of cool. Anyway, I'm going to explore various aspects of this tool. It will select a departure and an arrival for us, and then we're going to go flying. If that sounds okay to you, stick around. Alright, so I'm going to use the tool in a fairly simple way. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple of more complex options, but without actually using that complexity. Okay, I'm a simple bloke at the end of the day, and I want to keep this video to a reasonable length. I actually want to go flying somewhere in the time I have today. So, on the left-hand side, some search inputs, some criteria that you can select that helps the tool do its thing. Right, now if you want to depart from a specific point and allow it to select a random arrival for you, you can type your departure ICAO into that field and it will do its thing. I want this to be random both in terms of departure and arrival point for me. I'm going to choose an area, which is essentially a continental selection. You can go anywhere in the world. Let's say I want to fly in Oceania. What a surprise. And I want to fly GA today, Piper Cessna, so Class A. The rest of them don't really fit. So my aeroplane that I'm going to choose today will be the Turbine Duke. Yeah, it's a bit quicker than your average Piper or Cessna, right? But I think that's the closest match for me. And in my intended airtime, I only want to do a short flight, so less than 2 hours. All right, so somewhere in Oceania, GA, 2 hours, and I click search like that, and it'll go away and find a departure point for me at random. I can use it that simply, which I will, or I'm just going to show you, if you want to get a little bit more complex with your selections, show more filters will expose a whole bunch of different parameters for you. And you can get really specific about the type of flight that you want to do based on weather, based on the network, based on your flight direction, based on your elevation, airlines that fly, all sorts of stuff. I mean, so really, powerful search functionality for those of you that are into that sort of stuff. I'm not one of those. Simple old bloke here. So, again, somewhere in Oceania, I'm flying GA, I want a flight time of less than 2 hours. I'm going to order by worst weather, so I want a good challenging flight. It seems to do that. It seems to find... it's a really good tool for finding challenging weather for you. I like that. We all need a bit of challenge from time to time. Click search. It's going to take me somewhere. Oh, okay, it's taking me to New Zealand. And it's suggesting that Wanganui might be the spot for me today to depart from. Hey, who am I to argue? We've got some challenging weather there. Look at that. 24 gusting 3.8. Holy moly. Have we got a TAF at Wanganui? No. Okay. So Wanganui. And it's showing some iconography up here. So it's windy and it's a gusting wind, right? Okay, so I'm happy with Wanganui. I haven't been there for a little while. We'll fly to there. And it's suggesting a few arrival suggestions for me within that sort of, using the criteria that I selected, which was that, less than 2 hours flying time in your average Piper or Cessna. Where can I go? Where can I go that I haven't been for a while? Let's go to Tauranga. There we go, 148 nautical miles away, 1.5 hours. Well, it's not going to take me 1.5 in the Turbine Duke that I'm going to fly, but that's fine. So, Wanganui across to Tauranga. It creates a line between those two. Okay, Tauranga. Now, if I click the scenery button here, it's going to go away and search to see whether there's some payware scenery available to enhance my simulation experience. It says it can't find anything in Tauranga, which is interesting because there is payware scenery for Tauranga, isn't there? Now, what I could do in this case is manually add it by clicking this Add Missing Scenery button, which will bring up a form that looks like that. And essentially, so it's sort of user-driven, because the tool doesn't know all of the scenery that's available. But this is one way of, populating the database from the audience. So it's kind of cool. So there is Tauranga scenery. I just can't remember which. Is it NZA Simulations, maybe? I can't be sure. I'll go away and find out anyway, folks, and I'll come back and populate this for them. Airlines that fly, what? All Air Arabia Abu Dhabi flights. I'm not exactly sure why it's suggesting that. Seems a little strange. In New Zealand. At Tauranga, we've got some interesting weather, hey? It's a westerly, 17 gusting 2.7, so we're going to be landing 2.5 at Tauranga. That's good. If I want to see what the weather in Tauranga looks like represented in windy.com, I can click this windy button. It takes me across the Dutch to Tauranga. There we go. Represented in windy.com. If I wanted to quickly generate this flight using SimBrief, I can click the SimBrief button, and as long as you're logged into SimBrief, this happens. Bada bing, bada boom, it populates your departure and arrival. What you have to do, of course, is select the aircraft. We do have the Turbine Duke, don't we? Yeah, Turbine Duke, away you go. SimBrief does its thing, comes up with a route between Wanganui and Tauranga via Taupo. Very nice. There we go. And of course you can do your SimBrief thing. You can generate your flight, do your lodgement on VATSIM if you, or whatever network you want to use. Pretty handy, hey? Now just before we actually go flying, just something else I wanted to show. Again, I'm not going to use it, but just to show you another feature of this thing. This top list button at the top of the screen, clicking that will take you to this page that says destinations with the worst weather right now. And you can then, so by default it's everywhere in the world, right? So let me just zoom out, you can see, right? Some pretty funky weather happening over in in Europe, by the looks of it. UK, Germany. Some stuff happening over in North America as well. Anything happening down south? Oh yeah, down there, wherever that is. And out there in the beautiful Pacific. Now, you can obviously filter that. So if I wanted to change my mind and think, oh, I've flown in New Zealand so many times. I personally never get bored. I love the place. But let's just say you're getting a bit sick of NZ. I want to go to Asia. Show me the latest or the worst weather in Asia. Oh, okay, here we go. Let's go over into India somewhere. What's happening with that? What is this place? Kurnool Airport. And the weather is a norwesterly at 15 knots, 5,000 viz in haze. Oh, yeah, okay. Doesn't seem too bad. Let's go see what's happening up here. We'll go to Victor Alpha Bravo Bravo. Oh, things are getting a little bit more interesting there. Hey, viz is down. We've got rain. We've got few clouds at 1200. We've got some thunderstorms. Oh, showers of rain. Yeah, it's all happening. Right? So, nice little representation here visually as well. The absolute worst weather in Asia at the moment is at Katbai International. You can see they've got wind, gusting wind, crosswind, reduced visibility, heavy rain and thunderstorms. You really want to challenge, go to Victor Charlie India. Right, top airports right now. And you can create your own kind of lists, I think, as well. My lists, I haven't created anything yet. But you can create a list of the airports that you prefer to fly from. Right, if you do have some preferred routes, you can also include them in here so that it's not completely random. So a lot of power here, all for free, folks. The developer does accept donations. This button up here, the donate button, would suggest that. Yeah, Where2Fly.com. That's it in a nutshell. Explore it at your own volition. Useful tool, potentially, if you're looking for inspiration to fly somewhere differently. The next time you hear my voice, we're going to be inside an aeroplane. That aeroplane's going to be the Turbine Duke. We're going to be somewhere on the ground at Wanganui, and we're going to end up at Tauranga. And through the magic of television, here we are in Wanganui, folks. This is one of Mr. Cool Guns' airports. His quality work has been featured on this channel quite a few times. There'll be a link to it in the description. We're also fortunate that our destination has received the Cool Guns treatment as well. Over there in Tauranga. That too will be linked to in the description. It's worth picking up all of his work. They get regularly updated and they're just absolutely fantastic. All for Nick's, folks, although he does appreciate donations. I appreciate the little touches of character that he brings to his airports, including this guy at the back. I mean, it must be absolutely deafening to have a Royal Turbine Duke, engines running, inside a hangar. But I admire his commitment to the cause here. He's working on his vehicle. I can't tell you what sort of vehicle that is. Someone might know. Well, I can tell you that it probably needs a bit of work by the looks of it. But anyway, he's given it a bit of the old elbow grease, and he's got the boots on. He's got the blue sort of mechanics gear on. Looking the business. We're in the hangar here in Wanganui. There we go, Wanganui. We've got a stiffy blowing here, folks. If you have a look at that windsock, hey, what's happening weather-wise? Yeah, about, I was going to say, at least 20 knots and probably higher. Looks like we've got about 20, yeah, probably best part of about 20 knots straight down the strip. Runway, is it runway 29? Here at Wanganui, is it? Is that what it is? Runway 29? Waypoint info, runways, here we go. 29 it is indeed. There we go. A 29, so it'll be a straight out departure, then a right hand turn onto track. We're joining an airway towards Areti. Looks like we've got some, yeah, we do have some weather en route. and then overhead Lake Taupo, and then towards Oropi, and then we've got a star plugged in. We do an arrival. Long-time viewers of the channel will be wondering what's happened to the old man. He's actually flying or planning to fly a proper approach. Well, it's just an illusion, folks. It won't happen. It won't happen. We're going to land runway 25 Tauranga, according to the prevailing wind down there. I think we'll take a shortcut on the star. Hey, just for those of you that have been around a while, you know, that's just for you guys. I'll see you on the runway. Runway 29, Wanganui. I tell you what, cool guns. I can't praise him enough. This bloke, dead set. You've done such good work on all these airports. It's such wonderful detail. I'm not going to do it justice. I can't do it justice in these videos. Pick it up for yourself, folks. Just for a bit of a party trick. I do not have reverse thrust employed, folks. That's what... Oh, look at that. He's planted the arse on it. Oh no, we're in trouble. Oh no, we're tail sliding it. Oh, this video's off to a horrible start. Well, the flight segment is anyway. What to do, folks? What are we going to do? If we hit the brakes, if I gun it... Oh, jeez. See, that's what you get for trying to be a smart ass. If I gun it a bit, am I able to bring the tail up? I am. There we go. Hey! I was trying to demonstrate what 30 knots on the nose actually looks like, folks. What you can do. Of course, it all went horribly wrong, being this channel. If you're new to the channel, this is what you've been missing. Almost 200 videos currently available on this channel. I've made it over 400 during my supposed YouTube career. Half of them have been removed to protect the guilty, i.e. me. Let's do it, folks. Let's gun it. We're going to be airborne within about 50 metres. Introduce some juicies. Haven't flown this bird for a while. Here we go. Airspeed became alive pretty quickly, didn't it? There's 80. 90. Yeah, we'll rotate about here. I reckon she'll want to fly. Up we go. Should get some pretty decent climb performance out of it. Positive rate and all that. Away we go. Yeah, beautiful. One of my favourites, this bird. Safely away, folks. We've over-talked it, of course. Hopefully haven't damaged the engines too much. We'll check the tablet soonish. What's an extra couple of £100 worth of talk between friends? We'll be right. Safely away. Right hand turn onto track. I'll see you en route, folks. Alright, so up through 12,000 on our way to our cruise today of 16,000. We've got absolutely howling westerlies here. The North Island of New Zealand today. Almost 60 knots. We're carrying a little bit of crab. Hey? It's interesting that sort of right turn after departure. Wind went from about 20 knots to like 45 in a matter of seconds. And yeah, we're crabbing across the North Island of New Zealand. We are above the cloud. There should be nice clear air up here for us. Although we are sort of rolling through the turb. Everything going all right. How are we going for temperature? We are 19 degrees. We're a little coolish. We'll just increase that a little bit. Keep our friend Kingy here comfortable. He looks pretty comfortable though, doesn't he? Always. Hey, cool as a cute Kingy. Master caution. What are we master cautioning about? What's wrong? Yeah, torque exceedance. We know about that. Actually, we should probably check the. Everything else all right? I think everything's all right. All temps are okay. Everything else looks okay. ITT. We're okay. Probably check the engines. Did we damage them significantly? Let's come down here. Left engine. Oh yeah, we did. It took a 4% hit to its condition. How about the right? Oh, 3%. Okay. Alright. Anyway. Lesson learned. Well, is it really? Probably not. 60 knots across the nose at this time. We get 132 nautical miles. We should have gone to standard Barrow. Transition altitude, there we go. 2992 or 1013 on the old MBs. Through 15,000. Climbing 160 knots. We're doing 212 over the ground. Weather-wise, it looks alright. Yeah, we're above it, well and truly. Altitude alert, yeah, good with that. Yeah, everything else is fine. I think I'll see you next for the approach to Tauranga, or actually maybe a little bit before that. I'm going to share with you another Flight Sim YouTube channel that I think is worth checking out. It's not a big name, although he's done some really good work, particularly those of you that fly in that simulator known as X-Plane. Oh, look at that! Got hit with a big gust there, Kingy. Hey, just as we're levelling out. Yeah, I'll see you overhead this big body of water here, which will be Lake Taupo, with that YouTube channel recommendation. Alright, so we are making terrific time now that breeze has sort of turned into a bit of a tailwind for us. So, I've got to take this opportunity to get a YouTube channel recommendation in. This is something that I feel quite passionate about, sharing or encouraging anyone watching my videos to basically go to other channels and watch their videos as well. And today's recommendation is a channel that is owned and operated by someone who goes by the name of Dazza XIII. Now, when I went to school, XIII was 13. Dazza 13. I'm not so sure exactly what that 13 is in reference to, but this bloke, it's just a good watch. He has good fun. He I don't know. Let's just say that I can relate to some of his approach to flying. Really enjoy it. He's produced a whole lot of content over there in X-Plane freeware stuff. I availed myself of a lot of it when I was sort of actively flying X-Plane. And yeah, worth checking out, folks. Have enjoyed some of his videos. Dazza 13. A lot of New Zealand stuff. And yeah, check him out, folks. There'll be a link to it in the description. Next time I talk to you, we'll be approaching beautiful Tauranga. Right, so concluding stages, folks. As I kind of alluded to when we were in Wanganui, there was no way we were ever going to fly the Star properly. We kind of headed straight towards a tight left base for runway 25 in Tauranga. We're doing alright in terms of our vertical profile. I've spent a lot of time here in the fluffy stuff. I gotta say, we've been in cloud from pretty much about 12,000 down to, where are we now, 3.5, just sort of breaking through now. That breeze has held up, sort of 40 knots. Most of it's, look at that crab, it's taking external. It's just pushing us towards them there hills. There's a strip over there. City of Tauranga. Shout out to you if you happen to hail from this part of the world. I'm going to take give Georgie a bit of a rest from this point. Get rid of that flight director. Let's try that again. There we go. Thanks, Georgie. We'll just zoom in here. We'll just sort of, yeah, just slide across and position ourselves for a left base onto 2.5. This video, if you're still with us, still with me, I should say, thank you. I'm sure some people got off, well, in a sense. hope you didn't get off in the other sense. What I mean is you left the video after the first sort of bit, which was the Where2Fly app bit. That's what I meant. That's what I could have said. Got a bit awkward there, but then again, every video on this channel has a healthy dose of awkwardness. We are absolutely getting pushed out down to the northeast there, eh? Lots of lines. All roads lead to Tauranga, by the looks of it. Quite a few runways there. We're going to have to hold our heading here. We don't want to go much beyond the edge of the water here. Down through 2-2, local barrow is set, 140 knots. It's still showing that we've got 17 miles to run. Well, we don't. That's because it expects me to fly the full star. We don't. If I did something like this and I went activate Tauranga, 6 miles. See? Magic. 140 knots. We're good. This video's had a bit of... well, it's had a bit of everything. It's had the Where2Fly bit. It's had a stiffy at Wanganui. We had a bloody tail strike at Wanganui, stationary. I mean, that's you're not going to see that too often, folks. Flight simulation videos. I do try to provide a bit of value. Right? We had a YouTube channel sort of promotion as well, and who knows what's ahead of us here for our landing into Tauranga with this breeze. We're not done yet. It's been good fun. Always enjoy myself, folks. That's my recommendation to you. Don't take yourself too seriously, particularly when it comes to the flight simulation caper. It's not real, folks. If you're not enjoying it, you know, do something else. Simply put. And we'll take first stage of flap in a bit. I'm going to keep this to a fairly tight base. 3.3 down through 1500. We're a tad high at this time. I'll take a stage of flap. There you go. Getting a little bit rocky here. Remember to we've got a gear to get down. We'll do that now as we go overhead the racetrack. There's a golf course on underneath short final for 2.5. I'll take the final stage of flap. Hopefully the sound's okay on this video. It's a bit hard. This aeroplane's incredibly loud. It's hard to get the sound balance right. Here's our view. 100 knots. Don't want to go much slower than that. We'll turn for home. About 500 feet AGL. That's handy. That's where you're supposed to be. And a little bit quick now. We'll slide our way around the corner. Change the view back to this one. We'll kind of roll out, pointing in the right direction. He's done alright. He's a little high, admittedly. The breeze should drop a few knots as we get closer to the ground. Runway 25, Tauranga, folks. There we go. Should pull up pretty quickly. Oh, geez, we're getting wobbly. Oh, very wobbly here. Look at this. Having a little bit of trouble keeping the wings level. Don't worry about reverses or anything like that. We'll pull up. We'll taxi off to the right hand side towards the beautiful terminal as improved by Mr. Cool Guns. Folks, thank you for your company in this video. I hope that sharing that Where2Fly app has been useful for you. And I hope you've got some enjoyment out of the rest of it. Those of you that are still with me. Appreciate your support, folks. Until we next meet, you stay well, enjoy your simming, and bye for now.